He looked me dead in the eyes, right there in front of customers, and said, "Our company would never put someone that looked like you in charge." I was 19 years old. I had given that company years of my life, my loyalty, my best work, and just like that, because of a pair of earrings, I was gone. But here's what that CEO never saw coming. Years later, he walked into my store and he needed something from me. If you've ever been judged before you were even given a chance, if you've ever been underestimated, dismissed, looked right through, this story is going to hit differently. Let's get into it. Let me take you back to a small town in the 1990s where the only place a teenager could find work was the local grocery store. That's where my story begins. I was 16 when I got that job, and I treated it like it was the most important thing in the world, because to me, it was. I wasn't just punching a clock. I came in early, stayed late, learnt everything. I started as a stock boy, running aisles at night, filling shelves and mopping floors. Then I became a cashier. Then, after high school, I became the evening manager. Let that sink in. Evening manager. I wasn't just bagging groceries anymore, I was running the store at night, taking deposits, locking up. My store manager trusted me, my regional manager trusted me. I had never given them a reason not to. The store was a part of a small regional chain started by an oil company owner to distribute gasoline. This man, the original owner, was the real deal. Old school in the best way. When he visited, he shook hands, said thank you, looked you in the eye. People respected him. Now, as he prepared to retire, his son in law was stepping in as CEO. Life was good. I loved the job, the customers, the relationships, and then, like it always seems to, problems started quickly. I had grown out my hair, classic late 90s teenager. My regional manager, a reasonable guy I respected, pulled me aside, nothing harsh, just said, "You're in management now, keep it professional. A cap or ponytail works, no problems." There was no formal guidelines, but I respected it. I adjusted and moved on. Then the store went through a remodel, and corporate visitors started coming through. Suits, executives. One of them, a good old boy type, took one look at me. I didn't like what he saw. He went straight to my regional manager. My regional manager did something important. He stood up for me. He reminded him that there was no appearance rules. He made it clear I was a valid employee and there was a non-issue. But he warned me privately, this might not be over. I appreciated it, honestly. I'd nearly forgotten about it. Then the next part happened. A few weeks later, I'd cut my hair short and pierced both my ears because I was a college kid in the 90s and that felt right. I was working the register when the same man walked in. He had paperwork for the store manager and I'd been told to accept it. He asked for the manager. I looked him in the eye and said, "That's me. I'm the manager on duty, and I believe you have paperwork for me." He looked me up and down, and then he said it. "You couldn't be in charge. Our company would never put someone that looked like you in charge." I felt the floor drop. I kept my voice steady and asked what he meant. He said I looked like a girl with my ears pierced, and that there was no place for that, and that I needed to remove them immediately right there. Imagine that. You spent years building trust, customers knew your name, and now someone who knows nothing about you humiliates you in front of them over two small earrings. I didn't yell, I didn't curse. I told him calmly, "There are no appearance guidelines. I've been a model employee. I don't believe your request is within policy." He called it insubordination, reprimanded me in front of customers, dropped the paperwork and walked out. I watched him call someone before he reached his car. My regional manager called within minutes. He listened, apologized, and meant it, but said this man wouldn't let it go. 1 week later, I was scheduled for a Saturday morning shift. I was the night manager. I walked in and saw my regional manager waiting. I already knew. He told me he was sorry, genuinely. He was letting me go on the grounds of insubordination. Insubordination. In my entire working life, before and after, I've never had a formal warning, write up, or complaint. Not one. But defending myself professionally counted as insubordination. My regional manager did something extraordinary. He wrote down a number and slid it across the desk. The EEOC. The poster was right there. He didn't say anything. I went home and told my dad. He was cautious. Didn't want me stirring things up. But something in me wouldn't settle. I had been clearly, provably wrong. Before driving to Dallas to meet the EEOC, I gave the company one chance. I called corporate. I didn't want a legal fight. I wanted my job back. After a long hold, I was transferred somehow to the CEO himself, the son-in-law. I was calm, respectful. I asked to come in and share my side. Let him see who I really was. He said it wasn't necessary. He had all the information he needed. Called me a brat, trying to get away with disrespect. He didn't want to hear me out. I thanked him, told him I had to have a meeting with the EEOC that afternoon. The caseworker listened, reviewed the handbook, no appearance rules, and agreed I had a strong case. She filed the ruling 6 months of average salary. I took that semester off work and focused on school. Every month, a check arrived with the company's name on it. Then, they sued me to get the money back. Their lawyers argued one instance of insubordination justified termination. I went to a phone hearing. I sat on my bed. On one end, two corporate lawyers and the CEO. The judge had the handbook. He had statements from my managers, both positive. He told them plainly, "This is petty. Your legal costs already exceed the amount. It looks personal." Ruling, I keep the money. But that wasn't my revenge. After that semester, I needed a new job. I applied at a major retail chain with large electric sections. HD TVs were just emerging, and I wanted to sell them. I understood the tech. I could answer questions others couldn't. I became the guy people asked for. Customers sent others to find me by name. One holiday season, a retired couple came in. They wanted the best TV and to fully understand it before spending thousands. Other stores couldn't help them. I could. We talked for a long time. They were happy, confident, ready to buy. When I took their name and address for delivery, I heard a name that stopped me cold. It was him, the original manager, retired now, just a kind old man shopping with his wife. I hadn't recognized him at first, but when I heard the name, it all came back. I helped him warmly and professionally, and his wife said she was so impressed she'd send family to me. A few days later, a man walked in and asked for Greg. I knew who it was before he reached me. The son-in-law, the CEO, older now, relaxed, out of suit. He had no idea who I was. His in-laws had sent him. My hands trembled. For a moment, I couldn't find my voice, but I composed myself. I smiled, answered every question, walked him through everything. I was, as always, excellent at my job. He thanked me, said it was hard to find people who knew what they were doing and cared. Then I handed him my business card. "If you ever need help, just ask for Greg, Greg Hamilton." He looked at the card, then at me. "Greg Hamilton?" "Yes, sir, Greg Hamilton. I take pride in my work." I hope that came through. There was a long silence, the kind where recognition sets in. Then he walked out, stopped once, looked back, and left. I'll never know exactly what he thought, but I know what I hope. I hope he saw someone he dismissed, who became exactly what he said I couldn't be. I hope it landed clearly. The best revenge wasn't making him suffer, it was making him see. The kid he fired became the man his own family trusted. Justice didn't come loud, it came quietly, on a Tuesday afternoon in the form of a business card. If this hit somewhere real, tell me, have you ever been underestimated, only to watch someone realize how wrong they were? Like this video if you believe good work speaks for itself in the end. Subscribe to Crime Flux. We tell these stories every week. Share this one with someone who needs to hear it today. I'll see you in the next one.